All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Monday, the 29th of June, 2020. We've got the moon over there in Libra, the later degrees of Libra. We've got the sun in Cancer, okay? So with the past couple of days, it's been emotions, my emotions, your emotions. Are we in alignment? Are we not in alignment? How do we communicate these things that are going on, right? So now this is not so much about emotions, but this is about the authority, okay? This is about how we govern ourselves as well as how we view the government. This is about balance, right? Everything that we do here in the first 6 signs, and especially here in Virgo, what we say yes to, what we say no to, where our ego wants to go play, and where we, share our emotions, all these things. So what we're saying yes to and no to here, begins the judgment here in Libra, okay? The balancing scales. We want everything to be even, and that's the whole point of this zodiac, is balance. Even, this is about me, this is about others, this is about my things, this is about our things, this is about my knowledge, this is about shared knowledge, it's about my, feelings, and this is my business, this is my little business, this is our conglomerate corporation, this is, ego wants to play and be the star of the show, and this is the group, the community coming together, right? This is about my work and my service and a finite, specific thing, and this is about spirituality and nothingness and the oneness of all that is, right? So the zodiac in itself is about balance, okay? And Libra is about balance within. It's the only, inanimate object within the entire zodiac here, the balancing scales. These balancing scales, there's a balance between our physical, our emotional, and our mental. There's a sacred trinity. There's many sacred trinities. So is how are we physically feeling, how are we emotionally feeling, and how are we mentally feeling about something. All right. So for this particular case, we've got the moon creating a very beautiful connection top of the morning here with Mars. Okay. Mars freshly in the sign of Aries, and it will be there until January of 2021. It'll be there for 6 months, okay? Slowly moving through, and then on September 10th, it's going to retrograde at 28 degrees all the way back, right? So Mars is going to be here for a while. We've been in a place of I believe and I know and moving forward from, the holiday time. Now it's home in the sign of Aries, and it's saying I'm at my tool shop, I'm at my workstation, I'm at my desk. All these ideas that I've been having for the past month or whatever, now it's time to put them into action, put them into motion, and really start to build and create. Okay, so we're in this huge creation station going on here for the next 6 months. All right, so for this little bit of a balanced connection happening here to the moon right off the gate, while the moon is creating a square to Pluto and Jupiter, is the important part of this, right? Because this is going to happen every single month. But the fact that we get this at this exact moment in time, all right? So yes, we're moving forward. Yes, we're creating something. We're taking action in our lives, putting the fire underneath ourselves. Balance of our personal lives and emotional balance. If we didn't do something that we needed to yesterday, we do it today. We don't want to beat ourselves up about it, move forward. But the meat here is Jupiter and Pluto conjunct today and tomorrow exact. On Tuesday, it'll be exact. All right. So the moon square is saying, how do we create balance within the powers of authority? How do we create balance? How do we find balance, this good equilibrium between myself and or someone who doesn't feel that they have this power? Well, Mars is here saying you do have this power. You are this power. You are the government. You are the power that be. And this is a shift of our perspective, which is also going on down here, the North Node in Gemini, shifting our perspective to remind us of that. And we can do a lot with a very little amount. Pluto-Jupiter conjunction here. Again, this is definitely about an abuse. Pluto being change, death. It's also ruling planet of Scorpio, right, about power, sex, money, power, control. Okay, Jupiter's expansion, expansion, expansion. Now today, again, Monday and Tuesday, these guys are exact. Tuesday, it's exact. So it's about more, 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 more. And seeing more power, more power, more power. And this is in the sign of Capricorn, which is about government. And again, we have this terrible misuse of authority going on within our government itself. And it's how do we find the balance of this? How do we balance this all out? How do we bulldoze this thing down and even the playing field? I don't have the answer to that, but that's what the astrology is showing us. So we're all going to have to go back to, the workstation here and figure this thing called life out as we're living it. We're writing the story as well as reading it and sharing it together. That's our day. A little bit later on, we've got the moon moving into the sign of Scorpio. There we go. All right. So then the next couple of days, so after this kind of like balance thing that's going on here and figuring out how do we balance, the authority or the boss, or how do we, bring better, again, even going back to a personal place, how do I create better balance for myself? How do I be a better boss to myself? How do I be a better parent to myself? How do I discipline myself better? How can I do more with less? That's a beautiful part of this connection. How can I do more with less, right? The smaller crayon box. And as we deal with this balance and deal with this authority issue going on, now our moon's going to move into the sign of Scorpio as we're dealing with our own issues of power, our own issues of control, our own deep, the things that we bury. And the moon's going to say it's okay to feel these things over the next couple of days, right? Plot thickens come Tuesday. And we're going to talk about that right after this, so stay tuned. We'll see you just in a moment. Bye.